Hey everybody, welcome. It's Steve from OpenBOM, and in today's video we're going to look at a new feature that we just released for desktop CAD called category and category selection. What categories allow you to do is to tell your CAD system which OpenBOM catalog you want that particular item to be stored in. So let's see how it works. You'll get the hang of it here in just a second, but just kind of think about, I've got hardware in my model. I want it to go to my hardware catalog in OpenBOM. How do I set that up to do that automatically? And here's how. So I've gone ahead and signed into my OpenBOM account, and I created some new catalogs, hardware, molded, and electrical. For the purposes of this demo, they're all empty right now. And I just used the create catalog button and just got some catalogs. I also have of course my SolidWorks items as my catch-all. So I'm back to SolidWorks now. This BOM, of course, does not exist yet in my example. If any of the items do exist in OpenBOM, we'll use those as they exist now. So anyway, let's move ahead. So let's take a look at what I've done in each one of my SolidWorks or in my CAD files. I've created a property. In my case, I've called it category. It can be anything. And I'm going to start assigning a value to that property. In other words, assigning like in this case, hardware to my category of property for bolts. So all bolts will get categories property equal to hardware. Let's take a look at something else. Let's look at maybe this electrical switch. And my electrical switch gets a setting category equal to electrical. Okay. And likewise for some of the others, molded parts, plastic parts, and things like that. So let's go back to, so I've done that with all my bits and pieces in my assembly, and even down here in any of my sub-assemblies where I'm including parts. So I've done that, and I'm going to go ahead and open now the OpenBOM settings dialog. You're going to see kind of some new UI here, something called the category chooser. This is where we wire it all together. So we built the catalogs, we set the properties up, and this is where we hook those together. So in this dialog, first thing I do is I choose the SolidWorks property I'm going to use as the arbiter of what OpenBOM Catalog to send the part to. So in my case, like we said, I'm going to choose category. And then I build a list. I've got, okay, the things that have a category of hardware, they're going to go to the hardware catalog. And I see here that I know that I've got a plastics category, and I'm going to send anything with a plastic category property over to molded. Over to molded. Okay. So let's save that. And now we're just going to build a BOM as we normally would. So in my case, I'm going to build a multi-level BOM. OpenBOM tells me we're going to use the SolidWorks items catalog by default, but we know that we've hooked up the category mapper. So let's go ahead and run this, and let's take a look at this bill of material. So we get the tube light BOM. Everything's going to look just like how you would expect it to. However, if we look at the properties for each one of these, we're going to see, based on their category, they've been assigned to the particular catalog. So here, this one went into molded. That was an assembly that I didn't specify, so it just went into the SolidWorks items. Here, this nut here went into hardware. So now we have we've got a set of catalogs in OpenBOM that have the right stuff in them. Let's take a look at hardware. So we see, yeah, hardware now has all of our hardware in it. And likewise, electrical probably is going to have yes it does, has our electrical parts in it. So let me recap. We created the catalogs that we needed in OpenBOM. Over in our CAD system, we either created or edited a property, and in my case, I called it category. You could call it something else. If you're using category for another setting, you could call it something else. In my case, I called it category, and I started assigning values to those for each one of my CAD files. And then finally, before I built a bill of material, I used new settings, category chooser, and I mapped those category values to OpenBOM catalogs. I did that right here. And then I just went ahead and created a bill of material as I normally would. So I hope you find that useful. Of course, I'd love to hear from you at support@openbom.com. Thanks.